Oh yes, the elusive Sir Hopsalot. There he is. He's going to scurry away any minute. I know it's really poopy video. I do apologize. Apologies to my neighbor for taking illicit photos of their car. I think it's going to be for sale if anyone's interested. Owned by a mechanic, basically. Yeah, there she goes. I think that's a she. Anyway, it's a very chilly morning, as you can see. We've got some angry skies up there. It's not supposed to rain, but it's supposed to be cloudy all day. It's kind of a bummer and cooler. I think 50 is the high today. So, I was pretty worried last night because the pecans were out here. It was really cold. Their shelter is only covered on 3 sides, so the front side that was uncovered, it's probably the worst one that could be uncovered. But I came down here to drop off the new pecans, and they were all huddled up. They weren't actually like huddled together, they were just kind of like close to each other. But let's see. Oh my goodness. Everybody seems fine. Good morning. Good morning, Ozwald. Wow. Good morning, Fiddle. They all seem fine. Dueling roosters. It's great. So, I have this wicked crazy idea to put all of these pecans in with the big pecans. Isn't that revolutionary? I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about that. I'm nervous about that big boy and this little boy right there. Yeah, see, when they're out here chest to chest, bone to bone, when they're out here, they kind of chest up to each other and kind of peck at each other through the fence, but they don't seem to like attack. Of course they can't, but I mean, I think they would probably try because chickens and they don't understand chicken wire. So, no, ever vigilant. Look at those humble beasts. Alright, let's go check on the new pecans first. And then we will go ahead and let the big ones out. Hello, new pecans. I'm debating on whether I should open this door today or not because, again, it's not going to get very warm. Hello, new pecans. These guys are great. Thank you very much to my best friend. If you're watching, you know who you are. She hooked me up. Her sister had an abundance of chickens, and she was sharing the wealth. So I got these 2 fine friends, and I got their setup last night. It had to be quick. It was late. Again, things just got a late start last night. They're very pretty. I need to look up their breed name. I can't remember what they are. I remember when I heard it, it sounded French to me. I was like, oh, okay, that's something completely different. I'd never heard of them before. But here they are. I know one name for sure. One name is happening, and that's Fluff Face over here. This one has an extremely fluffy face. Already got a name for that one. This one, I'm still kind of, I don't know. Don't know yet. And then the big pecans are over here in the dark. Fiddle dee 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 dee. What you doing, buddy? Got one on the roost. This is going to be transformed today. Again, I have another surprise for later today, so stay tuned, friends, because it's going to get exciting today. Lots of things are going to be happening, so good stuff. Alright, we'll have some more later. I'm going to let these guys out. I'm going to socialize with these guys for a little bit. Come up with some names. If anybody has any ideas, just please comment below. I think I'm gonna do a name reveal tomorrow. So if you have any ideas for any names for these two, comment below and we'll see what happens. Again, I already have one picked out for Fuzzface, but we're still debating on the other one. So the one on the rat. Let's see if she'll stand still long enough. There she is. That's the one we have to name. This one is already named. Alright guys, more later. So here we have them together. See, they seem to be doing alright. Now we did have a minor altercation. I think the sexual harassment forms are going to have to be pulled out. We had Mr. Fiddle attack little Laddie, the smallest one of the group, right here behind old Faddle. You can barely see her. Look at her, she's hiding. She's looking for protection. Grabbed her feathers on the back of her neck and was trying to go for it, brothers and friends. I don't know what. And then let go and crowed. Like he had just completed something wonderful. Oh, they grow up so fast. Now there he goes. Yeah. Thank you. Everybody's great. So yeah, they seem to get along alright. Oh goodness. They're just going to have to deal with it. It's been 2 days. They've been together like this, and I mean, they chest up to each other. Falco is like 2 times the size of some of these. Falco's huge, but I think they'll be alright. I'm seriously considering putting them together tonight, sometime today maybe. I don't know. Got work to do on the inside part though. We'll see what comes together. Alright everyone, here we are, evening edition of day 8268-1. What is the 1 for, you may ask? Well, there is, I figured out what the breed is of these little babies in here. We'll go ahead and go take a look at them. They're kind of upset because I didn't give them any hay. Or straw. Sorry, it's not hay, I guess. So these are called salmon favrolets. Kind of sounds like Chevrolet. If you look up the pronunciation through Google, it's the French pronunciation, which rolls the R's and the L's, so it kind of sounds like a guttural thing going on. A little kind of Chevrolet, Fabergé, yeah, Favrolet. So that's what these guys are. And I've already picked out one name. This bearded lady right here, her name's going to be JayGee. JayGee. And then this one right here is yet to be named. The cohort, Favrolet. So I have one name in mind. If nobody mentions anything, if somebody mentions something that sounds cool, I'll pick that. I'll give it maybe like 24 hours. Let the video sit for 24 hours and see if anybody comes up with anything interesting. And yeah, we'll go from there. But very excited about these. Because I want to have a variation. in my flock. I want to have a bunch of different chickens. I seriously thought about picking up a couple bantams today. We were at Tractor Supply to get this straw, and we were going to, we were looking at the bantams, and yeah, so, alright, so, it's just like upper management to get a request and go beyond what was called for in said request. I told upper management that I needed a nesting box, and I said I want to build a nesting box, and he said, okay, here's what you need to do. And he rattled off the list of things that I would need to do to make a nesting box. And I said, okay, that'll take me about 2 weeks. And then I went out and did some running around with my best friend in the whole wide world, and came back, and he had done this. Look at that. Look at that. It's the Hotel California. There it is. Much better than California right now, if you ask me, but we'll not talk about that. So I put the straw in. I used the right word. Isn't that great? I'm getting better at calling them she as well, but that's hit or miss. Got some straw down here. And then I have the little faker eggs. They're ceramic. I'm hoping they don't crack them. The little faker eggs, so that they can kind of poke around on them. There's one up here somewhere lost in the weeds, but there's 4 of them. I think the other one's in that box, but it's all, yeah. The big chickens haven't come in here since I put the other straw down, but we also did this today. We have the parallel bars going like this, and then one of the viewers suggested that we use like tree branches because it's better for their feet. So I got these. We rounded off this, so it's a much smoother round over, so maybe it's not so hard for them to kind of get a grip on. But I still think they would prefer something a little thinner than that. So, you know, something they can get their whole claw around. So I'm hoping, they haven't tried this out yet that I'm aware of. I was gone for a minute, so they may have snuck in here. But this is so sturdy. Like, you can completely sit on this, and it doesn't get, like, watch here. I'm trying to jerk on it. It doesn't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. It's all completely secured. This is completely secured. Everything's great. I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out. Now, the other thing I would like to do, one more thing I would like to do in here before I put the babies in here, because that's going to be happening in like the next 3 or 4 days. I'm going to put the babies in here. The 9 that are in the long run. I'm going to put them in here, and what's going to happen is I'm going to put more roosts like up higher through up here, because Fiddle has a really hard time getting up on these roosts, and I'm thinking that if the higher it goes, the more uncomfortable he's going to be. So I'm hoping that it'll give them a place to go to. Plus, because we're kind of limited on square footage, we need to maximize on the vertical footage. So I'm hoping 6 nesting boxes is enough. We're going to we have 16 chickens now. So I'm hoping that 6 will be enough. I've heard mixed reviews from videos and different forums and things like that, where people say that they have, like, you know, 25 chickens and they only use 3 of the 10 nesting boxes that they have. I don't know how these guys are going to play it. I don't know if they're going to be picky or if they're going to be, you know, wanting their own box or what. But there's room to expand. There's an actually perfect amount of room for another box right there. And then, of course, we can go up as well. We can go down. We can add 2, like, down here. Like, there's room to expand on that if we need to. But, you know, all in all, I'm very pleased with the way this is going. Tonight's temperature is supposed to be around, like, 34, I think it said, 38, somewhere in there. And the wind has been absolutely wicked all day. I'm dressed up like the kid from the Christmas Story, where he's in that big, huge snowsuit. That's the way I feel right now, because I have upper management's coat on, And so yeah, it's real cute. But the coloration on these chicks is just absolutely gorgeous. The one who has yet to be named, look at those tail feathers. That's a beautiful chicken. And from what I read, they do get the feathered feet. There you go. They're cold weather chickens. They lay eggs all year round. I talked about this several weeks ago on one of my videos. I did some research on him. But yes, Salmon Favrule by Fabergé. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Alright. And there we are, everybody. Sorry about that interruption there, guys. I had something I needed to tend to. I want to go ahead and wrap this up real quick because I'm not done tending to that. I just wanted to take a minute to come out here and finish this up. Everybody's getting ready to go to bed, as you can see. Everybody's heading in. If I weren't here, they would all be in there. Everybody's going, everybody was headed in and then they headed this way again. So I don't know what they're doing. But it's about that time. This is about the time of day that they start heading in. And then I went ahead and put some straw in with these little guys so that they can kind of shield against any kind of drafts that might be in here. They could probably tunnel into that stuff. I'm sure that water is not going to go well tonight. And we'll see what happens with these folks tonight. They can burrow into those little nesting boxes and be pretty warm, I would think. Alright everyone, have a good tomorrow. Make sure that if you've made it this far, that you leave a comment on what you think the JayGee's companion's name should be. I'd greatly appreciate that. And everybody have a good night.